morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mare's Okey-Dokey homestead. Hopefully today I'm doing this little video a little bit better. I'm trying, and I will get there eventually. I noticed that my peccadillo was mostly hands, so it might be hands again today too, but I'll check out when I start looking at the video and putting it up, because editing is still not coming. So today I'm doing Arroz con Pollo, which is chicken and rice, and again, it's going to be Mare's way, the quick way, and we'll start out with the pressure cooker. You can do this the long way if you would like. It's possible to do that way too, but again, this is Mare's way that I do it, so let's get started. First, I got to plug in the pressure cooker, and I am using a Power Pressure Cooker LX. My kids got it for me for Christmas, and I just love it. If you need some information about that, go online, and there's a guy named Eric that I believe promotes it and does all the filming for it and shows you all different kinds of recipes of how to use this. So I press the rice. I already got started. In here, 4 tablespoons of olive oil. That is to cook the onions and the green peppers that I'm going to add. So the first thing I'm going to add is 1 cup of chopped onions. Start cooking that. 1 cup of green peppers chopped. Start cooking that. And what you want to do is just cook it a little bit, so that way the onions get cooked and a little bit translucent, and the green peppers also. Okay, you start doing that, and as you can see, it's going round and round. That means it's warming up, and you're able to cook your onions and your green peppers before you add your other stuff. So, also to this, what I'm using to make it quick is leftover chicken. What I do with this is that about a week ago, I had a roast chicken for dinner. So we ate off of that. It was about a 6-pound chicken. I roasted it, and we had it for dinner that night. And then I sliced some off to make sandwiches with. And then the rest I deboned, and I have a pound of chicken here, so I can make this chicken and rice. So that's 1 chicken used 3 ways. I hope everybody's doing okay. We're doing okay here on this funny farm. I want to thank the people that have made a comment on some of my videos. I'm still having a hard time finding that, but once I find it, I do try to email you guys back. Not really email, you text you guys back. Nope, that's the wrong word too. I try to reply to your comments. So, bear with me. Eventually I will get this. Now I would like to ask, if all possible, I am trying to get up to 100 subscribers, so that way I could go my next step with YouTube. And to do that, they say I need 100 subscribers. So if you're out there and you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. And also, please subscribe, so that way I could reach my limit and I could go to the next step on YouTube. Okay, it's beginning to start to heat up. I'm still waiting. Now to this, we're going to have chicken. We'll still have the green olives. We're going to add some bay leaves to it and some more garlic powder. And as for the chicken broth, last night, when I got ready to prepare all this, to do this for you guys today, I forgot to take out my chicken broth. When I made this chicken, and I had some of the juices left over, I added up a little bit more water, and it kind of made like a chicken broth out of it. So I was going to use that instead of what I used this morning, which it had to be the bouillon cubes with the water. Okay, they seem to be doing pretty good. I don't know if you can like I said, that's with 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 cup of chopped onions, and 1 cup of green peppers. Now, in the olden days, again, my mom used to do it with chopping up her tomatoes, cooking it down, making her sofrito. I skip all that. So while that's cooking, which is doing pretty good now, I'm going to add let me get this scoop out again, told you about that last week, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, mix that in. I'm not going to add salt this time because the chicken broth has salt. I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. So that's 1 and that's 2. Now you add the chicken. And it could be chopped chicken or it could be big hunks of chicken like this. See? It could be big chunks. It doesn't have to be chopped. It's whatever you prefer. This, like I said, this is a basic chicken and rice, arroz con pollo. Simple and easy, and it's adaptable many ways, many ways. Okay, now for the rice, I have here 2 cups of rice. I wash my rice. A lot of people don't, but I do. My mom did, and I'm just following those steps. To me, when you wash your rice, you take a lot of the starches off, so that way it's not so sticky. Dump that in. And mix. Kind of like a dump arroz con pollo. Okay, now you add, I have 2 cups of rice in here. As this pressure cooker instructs me to, it's 1-to-1 ratio. Since I have 2 cups of rice, I'm adding 2 cups of broth. And if you guys do use a pressure cooker, make sure you follow your manufacturer of how they tell you how to cook with it, because all pressure cookers are different. They're not all the same. They cook the same, but sometimes they have different directions of how to use them. So make sure you follow your instructions of how to use your pressure cooker. So now we have 2 cups of chicken broth. It could be homemade chicken broth. It could be the cubes. It could be the powdered chicken broth. It could even be the canned chicken broth. Okay, so that is it for that. Last is 3/4 cup of chopped onion, chopped olives, or whole olives. I have kind of like mixed. That's how it came out of the jar. And that is 3/4. And I'll write all the directions again and the ingredients down in the description. Now, to make your rice yellow, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. It's called Sazon from Goya, and it's with I think it's pronounced well, put it this way. I can't pronounce it, but it's spelled Anafran. I believe saffron. So if you use these packages, make sure you get the Sazon with the saffron in it, okay? And again, I will write this all down and spell it out so that way you get the right one. I don't know if you can see that because my camera is kind of far. But I put 2 packages, 1 package for 1 cup of rice. That's how I do it. And this will give called yellow coloring for rice. It's made by Badaya, I think that's what the company's made, and that way you could add your own spices. But I use this just to bump it up and to get the color yellow of my rice. And you mix that. And now you put on your lid. Like I said, following your instructions to your pressure cooker. Make sure you have your little pressure thing here on closed. Have it on lock. And there we go. Now we're going to watch it go round and round and round for a few minutes. And it should hit 6. And in 6 minutes, once it comes up to pressure, we will have Arroz con Pollo, chicken with rice. Now with this, once you make this, the chicken and rice, you could also make a side dish of black beans to go with it. Also, when I was growing up, we had plantains. And those are those big green bananas, plantains, that the store sells. And we used to have them when they were yellow. So we used to call those plátano maduro, which means ripened plantains. And my mom used to fry those up, and we used to use that as a side dish for this. Also, my mom used to make something called fufu, and that was using the green plantains, boiling them just like potatoes. And then once they were ready, again, you mushed them just like mashed potatoes, and we added olive oil, a little bit of salt, and that was also a side dish to go with this chicken and rice. So let's just give this a few minutes while it goes round and round and it goes up. While we're waiting for that, I just want to say thank you so much. Tessie, I got your comments. Thank you. And also I got a comment from Esther. She's the one with the Mare homestead. And the one that I usually watch with her is the homestead wife. So that's how I ran into her. Like I said, there's other good ones out there. There is, like I said, Linda from Linda's Pantry, Patera. You know, she's from Appalachia Homestead. There's also, God, I'm going blank. Oh, Doug and Stacy. I was watching your film this morning, and I did comment on your basil and tomato fermentation that you were doing. That looks really good, and I'm definitely going to try that. I'm not too fond of that kind of food. It's just I never grew up with it, so I'm not familiar with it. But if I'm going to try something out, I guess I would try that tomato out because I like tomatoes and I like basil. So that would be, I guess, a good start for me to try it and see how it goes. I'm saying too many ums. I don't know if you could hear it. The steam's coming out now. In a few minutes, it's going to stop. And once that comes to pressure, in a few more minutes, you'll see this go to 6. And then we'll start counting down. And while we do that, I'll just clean up this mess and keep waiting for the rest of the dish. I'll be right back. If I knew how to, I guess, edit and knew how to connect slide to slide, I'd be able to turn this camera out and then start all over again. But since I don't know how to do that part yet, I have to be stuck and continue rolling. So I have to have faith that this will come up soon and we'll be able to see the finished product as soon as it gets up. Because once it hits, it really does go real fast. Kind of like watching a pot to boil, huh? They say that when you watch a pot to boil, it never does. But look, it's on 6. Perfect. So in 6 minutes, this should have the cooking done. What I'm going to do is usually I let it come down on its own, but for this project, or this video, I am going to release it slowly so that way I could open it up and you guys could see the finished product. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Farmer Meemaw. The other day I was watching her and she looked like she was a little bit stressed out, and I just wanted to tell you that just calm down, calm down. Everything's going to be okie-dokie. Just take your time trying to get things done. I know sometimes everybody gets overwhelmed, but if you try to just think about that it's going to get done either way. It's going to get done fast, it's going to get done slow, but you do come down to the end of the project. So try not to get too overwhelmed with your projects. Just take one step at a time and you'll be able to make it. I want to, oh boy, I got to stop saying this. I got to find a new word. New word, new word, new word. Here, let me tell you about Sarah Lou while we wait for 5 minutes. I have a cow, Sarah Lou. This is Molly, if you guys could see her. She's smelling the chicken, so I know she wants to say, I'll have some, I'll taste some for you, won't you, Molly? She's a good girl. She's our golden retriever. Seems like our shadow, she's the red heeler. She seems to be staying out of the picture. I thought she would be in the picture quite a bit, but I guess Molly's the only one who wants to get into it. Anyway, back to Sarah Lou. Sarah Lou, I AI'd her, like I said, about a month ago. And so far, I have not seen no sign of heat at all. And so that's going good. I'm still working with Snowy, trying to teach her how to get into the chute. So that way, hopefully in 3 months, we will AI her. I'm still working on my project with YouTube of understanding how to get everything in line. I try to create a playlist, and I think I messed up on that. And so I got to work on that. And then I come to find out that my daughter is doing YouTube also. Her name is Stephanie Guest, and she's showing in reference to doing makeup, and also she's an Avon seller. So if you want to jump over there, it's under Stephanie Guest, and she sells Avon. And she's also doing some of her YouTube that she's showing you how to put makeup on and stuff like that and how things like that match. I also found out that my friend Hannah, she also has a YouTube. And because I was telling her about my YouTube, that I started one, and she said that she had one. And she's been doing little things with her job and stuff like that. She's still going to school. And I think she had to do a project subject for her class, and she ended up using YouTube to do it that way. So I got that much information from them, so hopefully she's supposed to be coming over today, and she's going to try to help me find some ways of getting into YouTube and trying to find out these comments and stuff like that. Also, Gil Brooks, I want to give a shout out to her. She also gave me a comment. Thank you so much. I really feel bad about her situation in reference to she had to get rid of a lot of her animals because of the area she's in, and her neighbors started complaining, I guess, a little bit about having the livestock and the chickens and stuff like that. But you know, sometimes that's just the way of life these days. I mean, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to do with our property in the city or in the country. And we're just trying to survive. That's all we're trying to do is survive. So thank you so much for that comment, that you gave me a comment on my video. Thank you so much. And I don't know what else to say. Usually I'm a blabbermouth. I could say a lot of things. But I'm stuck again. All because I'm looking at the camera and I'm waiting for the pressure cooker to go down. See, if I could stop that, I wouldn't be going through all this. Oh, Lord. doing good, I can tell you that. I can tell you that we found out that we're having another girl, another great granddaughter. I have 3 children, and out of those 3 children, I've ended up with 18 grandkids. 5 of them now with the new one coming along, born in February. It's going to be born in February of 2018. Now I have 5 great-grandkids. So they're definitely keeping me busy. We have 1 more minute. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I went over to my girlfriend's house the other day. There it goes. It is done. Now what I do, once it says 000, I come over here and I unplug it. And like I said, usually I let this go down on its own. But since we only have so much time, I am going to release it slowly so I don't get burned. And I don't have this food coming out of the little vent hole. I've heard sometimes when you let it go fast, sometimes it has the food come up. In fact, let me get a towel so I could not get splattered with this hot food, this hot water. See that steam? Whew. Hot, hot, hot. Be careful doing this. Now you could do this the long way too, like I said earlier. What you do is you put everything in a pot the same way you did here, but you put it on the stove, and you dump everything in it, and you bring the water up to a boil, just like you were doing rice. But that way you have to do, instead of 2 to 2, 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water. The long way you're going to have to put 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water. But you bring that to a boil, just like you're making rice. Once it comes to a boil, turn it down to simmer, mix it, and then leave it covered until the rice is cooked. Because basically that's all you're waiting for is the rice to be done. Everything else is basically cooked. You know, green peppers you could eat raw, onions you could really eat raw. You know what I think I forgot to add to this? I forgot to add my peas. Or did I? Well, we'll find out when I open this. There's supposed to be peas in this. I don't think my peas are in here. Well, that's a goof. But that's okay. It's still going to come out good. It's still going to come out good. You can't add the peas. You don't have to. Apparently I didn't this time. Okay, almost there. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I don't think I have the peas in there. There's supposed to be peas in there. In fact, I think I will get the peas, so that way at least I'm pretty close to being accurate of getting this recipe. Hang on one second, we'll get you the peas. 1½ cup of peas to that. And this is frozen. This is going to be hot. I'm just going to mix it in with it. When you open this, it's come down to pressure because you hear no more sissing. So when you open this, make sure you open it away from you so you don't get the steam in your face. There you go. I'm going to add the peas real quick. And that is 1½ cup of frozen peas. And do this before you open it after it's done. And you mix it. And then you serve it. I have here broccoli today. And those olives also were the olives with the pimentos again. But there you go. Chicken and rice in 6 minutes. Can you see it this time? Last time I thought you couldn't see it at all. There you go. Chicken and rice, arroz con pollo. And as you can see, I used it with the pressure cooker. It only took 6 minutes once you brought it up to pressure. And I'm going to taste it to make sure that everything's okay. And as for the salt and pepper, you could add it now, taste it to make sure that it needs it. If not, just leave it out. But if you like the flavor, then go right ahead. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. I got to taste it because of the salt, because like I said, I had to use bouillon cubes today because I forgot to take out the... This is good. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please give me some thumbs up. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a cooking one on that day, but I'll come up with something. Have a wonderful day, a blessed day.